all those factors. But Sanema way in I guess I could to so not me home so me home till make us say you go. But so about I say how many digs she suck, how many Saturday off. I've lost it for Sack on that part. So Obeka say she gave it to Kwame. Here. She gave it to Kwame because you also used it. Whoa, you use her. Wouldn't it die here? Now if you say that money or bad a man I'm feel say you've taken something from them. Try always know you look like you've victimized them when it comes to sexual intercourse between a man and a woman. And you know, Yvonne is still with the pain say Sack has used her. And I will describe it, baby, abortion, you know, the way dilapidated the place is and how they put something through her. I say some torture. She is still being faced with that, you know, past. And you know, we are better man say mature. Or buy us the way. Me na kasabu kwepi ya. Kame freo. Oh, sa we dia dey we say twem. Me dey be serious. Enye bufuo so kra. Saka fan wake up. I say we enya asem bia. Say when me knew yada ena me show me story na wo part na unhia na me dey akoshem we asem away full 16 bars almost 30 something bars of song with hooks for Yvonne and needless. Number 2, my question to Yvonne is the person beside Yvonne say Sack the only man the person beside that question throughout their life. Sack Sack is the only man or woman abortion, and I want to know that thing. That question I want Yvonne to answer. Is Sack the first man to impregnate her to abort it? Say yes, dear, then I will stand by her. If no, then she didn't have any right to put Sack in the book.
Now say and can be for how be on called better book.
And it's possible say maybe I'm not saying because I'm not in her shoes, but it's a question I'm asking. Because Obadiah, Utumika say throughout your life, no, I'm not saying. I mean, it's an assumption. It's a question I'm asking at the same time. Is Sack the only man who has made her to commit an abortion? Okay, say yes, dear. Then she has every right to recall that experience. And yes, Nanka, she shouldn't put Sack in there.
Now say yes.
And if you go further to read some of the things she's saying now, but say from the point of akwada oni papa no utumi say na why sad or me kana me areho I say obi a she's in pain and are expressing the pain from her childhood or na make say ka kisa kasa of course that's any money nyina so or daughter or sisters, women are emotionally like that omutumi transnormal. They go into their realms and then they start regretting decisions they've made throughout their life. And they start pointing fingers. And matters are, remember, we swallow it. What I say. So I was expecting Sack to swallow some of these things, some of these shortcomings from Yvonne. But then those feminists now, almost like their job, insulting Sack and making it look like it's a gender war between man and a woman. If it's a gender war, then we can sit here and say that we have to blame women for some of the things that happen. Since it's becoming a gender war. Let me run up by saying, we. Oba twini bema wo. Na unim say bema we ne bani. Uni oba nya problema. Because oba no fi say emba no ye ni dia more than bema. I didn't think emba mo fi say enkwa na emo dia che. Why do you think the kids belong to you more than us? It is the man's seed that does what? And no. Bema seed no do go ban and then they develop eba. But women always feel say they are always the ones at the wall, being pushed at the wall. So we men, I say we don't have feelings. And I have so many mothers. I'm going into the other chapter of the mother part.
They be
I should go into the mother part.
Mami call round and some because we can say me some about so I be so.
And mami land on a sack on you know. It's in American say. Flag. Sack. Number one, the song is needless. It is totally needless. If you wanted to cash out like Yvonne, then fine. But it was needless. The attack, the anger, the explanation. Say you had a thing. How many? That's number one. Number two, Yvonne. I can understand you, but my question still stands. is Zach the only guy, the first guy or the only guy in your life who made you committed an abortion? I need answers to this question.
And they be a volume 2 ban or banya.
Arnold.
Hey,
I'm find out on chat for. Last week, Arnold I said Zach has the legal right
to sue.
That argument there at the back, my brother,
wait.
For withdrawal.
Wait.
He doesn't have any legal right.
Wait.
You cannot sleep with...
Any lawyer kasai, lawyer ma final verdict.
Say he can sue us.
I'm telling you.
There's nothing.
He has admitted he slept with Yvonne.
No, but
the way you made it look, I said,
how did I make it look? Me say, if you feel relax.
Let's see if he feels.
It was defamed. Did you actually listen?
How defamed is this? You have slept with the woman.
How would he know?
I'm not Sarkodie. I said if
no, but the way you see, I watched you that day. The way you were emphatic, say, Sack, assassination of character, and Sack can sue Yvonne. You will sleep with the woman and finish and go sue him.
But I said, Arnold, what time and now Omoya then into only for a fact.
Arnold went into the books and then he was very emphatic.
Okay.
Say he can sue Yvonne. Hold on, no.
Okay.
You can't sleep with a woman.
All right, boss.
Bro, they lie. You can't sleep with a woman.
Maybe lie.
Even abortion itself is a crime. Interview crowd can say, "Go shoot."
Halifax. The batch of California now also can say, "Oh, SSAC responding, and saying an open response, Nana."
Of course, he has to respond. I mean, and yes, Sakpen is saying responded. Yvonne's mother has a few questions to answer. She has to respond. If it is true that the former president told Yvonne Nelson that Speaker Lajete, he also needs to explain which part of her Suban looks like a Lajete. He has a lot of people need to respond. My good friend Sukrisafo needs to tell us about the dinner.
Very important.
And and whatever happened. And if Pusha 2 brings his book and writes somebody's name, the person too has to come and respond. Exactly. He has to come and respond. But on a more serious note, at some way, say one can is year. Then you know they start.
Who are they?
You're the women.
Oh.
You are a sexist, misogynist, chauvinist, anti-feminist, anti-women. I don't know how you want us to discuss the matter. Should we go the emotional one? Should we go the customary and tradition one? Or should we just go with the facts?
You have the floor.
Because say see with the customary and tradition one. When I hear people say, "Oh, ya mamremono or Bermani or bank asasa." If we are going that, then Yvonne is as guilty as Sack in this book. Ya mamremono or ba akwadane mami kasasa. We can't choose and pick. If we are saying, "Oh, and you say Ndidi or ba temsa," what about the pro-Yvonne proponents who are attacking Tracy front, back, left, and right? And is Yvonne more of a girl, a feminine than Tracy or than her own mother? So I'm like, why do we choose and pick which standards we use? But I agree. says Sack in responded. But response or the buyer, no. He didn't answer anything. He didn't address the crinkum crankum of what exactly Yvonne was talking about. What did Sack say in the song? I wanted to take some things to my grave, but you pushed me down this lane. Non-fa. Fire home. The only thing Sack admitted in the song was that, yes, Mene would die. All the days was your real.
You didn't.
Oh, what higher crime?
It will
be something like their own kind of only no die. Okay. But you see, if you read the book well, Yvonne's problem in this book is not that Sack me or see a yono and not a yono, no. Or see the worst main problem, then they say Sarkodie abandoned her in her most critical moments. I have a suspicion, says Sarkodie kind book no. He was listening to the media. Because the tail end of the song says that your marketing strategy is good. I have now bought the book and I'll read it. But Mzgee say, what kind book we chapter 8 from pages 90 to about 96 or no man. And Compound said he wasn't answering the questions. If you listen to Sarkodie's song, what did he say? See, oh, dear Hanene say, you are making it seem as if I am the one who pushed for the abortion. Even in cancer. She didn't say so. If you go to page 90, Yvonne made it categorically clear that she herself, psychologically and emotionally, she wasn't ready to give birth by then.
Pacho, me pacho munya tweets ne ready my why because I'm say Halifax Drew Honum say na share tweets ne buy after you whether a corresponding with Nyoma Halifax kasisia.
Twitter e buy after Nyom no. That is not what I'm referring to.
That mean say a follow up. Because baby I will not
I will come to the tweets. You have your book. Let's go to page 91.
Yes.
Page then
91.
Okay.
And your lotto number.
91.
Bible and
David. And your Bible. 91. Check the second paragraph there.
Read it.
The last line. Whatever it is, it was. His stance was clear, and I was left to evaluate my own options. Go to the next paragraph. And also next line. Last sentence. If there was a way to spare someone else the trauma I was contending with, why would I reject that option? Especially when I was not psychologically and emotionally prepared to be a mother.
There's a question mark there.
Look, she had explained what she means. That look, if it is a situation, unless you want to read the whole paragraph,
Okay.
you get if you read the whole, you get what she meant. That's like
say
sana semnutia. Me angasa papa yosi akwada no na ompenu ana ompenu. Say sadia me Yvonne Nelson. Psychologically, I'm not prepared. So we read a slow kakra wa explain dainty on you prepared. Also look, I was 25, but I was naive. Also, no, 25 and naive, no. Oh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Abasitrington, that is page 90, second paragraph. I was 25 and it was 22, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I won't say I was too young to know how to protect myself, but I was naive. I was still a tomboy. Oh, still one way. I was still a tomboy, and also on at that point, or a tom girl. Now transiting into womanhood. On Sheda, in name these issues about, ovulation and cycle and what's not. And that the only sex education she had from her mother was when the mother called her one day, put her down, opened her 2 legs like a Bible to check if her hymen was intact. And I can't try to say, well, son of my bill, to say a Bible, my own say I didn't know about Obiante. Messa chill abie wo nan mu biom se atia me de manyam kakadro ene meko na me de atoa. That is it. Now if you read what she said well, after Saga said this, they said that she herself realized that the best option was to remove it. So if Saga comes and say that, oh dear, she me na say we are doing to say me na me see won koyi na me see men ye now was school. It doesn't really, address her main concern. I thought Saga's song would tell us. So either when I said go and remove, or when you said you will remove, it's our baby. Did I take you through the process? After driving you to the clinic, she said, what happened next? The girl said, didn't even bother to call to say, a cousin and cousin. That is it. The song also confuses me when Saga says, well, just a few weeks ago, the lady called him and saying that she's still feeling the pain of what happened in 2010. And my was skybar, and Obano so Nepal ordered and my or midday. I mean, when you were replying his song, you didn't respond to this one. Rather bringing in your children and my daughter and your daughter. No. If you are really pained, you said you went through mental torture from Sarkodie and neglecting the after-abortion saga. Mental torture, 10 years later, you call the boy and say you want to meet him again. He says, let me in a public place, so come to my bedroom and let's meet. But Mzgee, Miss Jim, sorry, you know, I'm sorry, but Sack is behaving like a typical, I don't want to say fisherman who stays in a compound house. Mini wada. Nenso min jin tum because mati. And yes, I mean no. Manya hint say when wada. Then my ama was straw. Now won't be any naimo. Now first straw no shame. Now one tree. What is juice in tree? How do we say it? Somebody help me.
How do you say that in Ghana?
My
the whole thing.
You stop misbehaving. Is this a Ghana program?
No, I'm interested.
Okay.
No, but
she overleda. Hey,
even more heavier than
go na bo straw. Go no so ma ka je shimling.
Okay.
And you get what I mean? But you know, it's I don't know which argument to put it through, but it is just not proper for any man under any circumstance to start pinpointing a girl and say, "Mini wada pain." Nensu Wenswedu. Beman Kasasa. You don't do the same thing in the book anyway. By telling us that, oh, meaning say inyanya. Or no siniton to dike yes say. Na a pattern sana nyanya say. She also called others anywhere, but I can excuse her. Not because of your bar, but two wrongs doesn't make a right. So, in summary, yes, Oba no see when you know. 1. 2, when you know when our person say uncle yi. But the scene and say Moko ye no won no one friend no one show any care any concern say can and con we. Say she cry or you know first one no one hospital. Now don't forget you na drobi. And it nearly cost her life. And no back at when I the manager driving a car and probably said to time also would do her or hobon crane. Would do her and I would join a coy. No problem. I mean, Bema Bena, Ubej now says an abortion because you will leave. But after that, and you cresse would neglect Nana. Such will respond to that one and stop saying wasting with their wins. And then the fine yasen. Would ye, Madi, would ye womb? Dion, if I wouldn't cry and lucky, but I cry say, Kwame Densu womb. But the in a lucky. And see, once I wed, you know, Fanosa, make I say, now, waste with their ones. I also want you with your no frame. And in responding, please read the book and respond to her exact problem. And the exact problem was the lack of care, lack of affection. She said yes, she herself removed it. But this issue of I said, let's go to my personal doctor. I went to my sister and very break and say, oh, no, on a personal doctor. Mzgee, when it comes to abortion, every brother get personal doctor.
Including yourself.
Of course. Any street boy who impregnates a girl today has a personal doctor immediately. Push out you. What are you talking about? We are not. I say when we say personal, you make it seem as if the Father Dixon type of personal doctor who will come pimp put stethoscope Dabi. What is that? I say he's type of personal doctor that will come in the bench.
Okay. And he's type of
personal abortion doctor. It's not. What is this? What do we decide to take that thing they mention 1 or 2? So when people say, oh, obwa, or no, yeah, why? Only personal, the personal doctor for abortion, the bema bia will be. My uncle no correct. Obia will be. So it's neither here nor there. And the girl even confirmed that a Mima downfall was it Karen? She mentioned the name who recommended the drug. And even when Sarkodie, who also recommended the hospital, Sarkodie took me to. Manoasi on the song. We will not come to the book proper.
Yeah, we'll come to the book proper. But there's something, even the waka searching, assembly I will kind, you know, and I'm percent Missan Bissau now, yeah, sure. We say Yvonne, yeah, the same thing. Or call out nya can then the tone to be then. Now other na Sarkodie the oye and then you find something wrong with NODA. On I don't know so any part say Yvonne now.
No, I some yes, let me see you. It is wrong. 1. Number 2. Yvonne did the same thing. It is equally wrong, but I may pardon her. because ono de me ex-boy and on say don't about no blah blah blah. There is a way women talk, there is a way a man talk. But what way be man would you no focus on your part. I mean, it is not manly. Honor. It is not manly to say that, oh, I chop the thing. But I hear say logic and Arnold to chop. So I know sure say it be me.
Why are you using me?
Oh, but you're the one there. Okay, I hear say I hear it's
use me.
It's an example.
It's not Mzgee, let's speak the truth. It is not manly. It is not a responsible thing to do. Have you expressed regret for it? Because in Yvonne's book, she clearly expressed regret for the decision to abort. When you are coming to respond well. Be holistic. Mm-hmm. It happened. We messed up. I'm sorry about it. Let's move on. But I disagree with here. I disagree with that. But you listen to his entire response, there is absolutely no regrets. Absolutely no remorse. Absolutely no lessons learned. I'm not too sure I love his response. And I'm not too sure I endorse the insults too.
Black Rasta.
Yes, man.
You over defending Yvonne say you name hell walk through any senior mano or bizarre questions say. But what defining the way or some bizarre questions say? Does it mean say Yvonne said you see Sarkodie? Per analysis of book now can you see 2 words I use say could it be that Sark was seduced or lured into the act? You know, I want to assume say we address who consents nana who
Exactly in one way or the other, but I'm really shocked that this one is played on TV. Vulgarity, immaturity, childishness. Hey, yapa. Because this thing is going to come online.
I say online that.
Daytime. Not Oman share. People can get access to this. Me say no say oh they are sent whatever it is. But daytime no, people would have access to this. Vulgar.
But just Sarkodie no releasing it there no. I want YouTube no time stamp down one so time restriction down one.
Okay, so if you ask me that no, who you are trying to endorse the fact say you are giving it mileage. If you are no nipa 5 penny, but a huge fat program like this no, I keep it more mileage. So what I say, but I mean not to. I thought that you see clean version. It's just a when we a dirty version, maybe clean version.
Now, you where that address issues. Maybe also on say that
we should all listen to the thing. Tell people that say yes. But well, I don't want to moralize it on anybody. Let's go straight into the fact of the issue. You see, Sarkodie, I started losing interest in him and his maturity level at a certain point. Oyobia me pena sempa say I never believe say obi bet my rap and reach the level Sarkodie reach in Ghana, because it was all about singing. Yetunyum. One of his biggest hits at the beginning, I think My Baby or so with R2Bs I buy, and I told myself say R2Bs nema nyum we hit here and I rap be breed. I'm not sure say it was just like dancehall when Mr. Logic was on air. Hot afternoon, I was like, this man who is going to listen to him? Bad man, bad people. Bad man, bad people. Hot afternoon. I told myself, say, this man, I'm not sure he will make it. Before I realized he had the whole movement around him. Obia was trying after. I had to sit back and say, where did I get it wrong? Because we there. How was he able to make it? I've known him from when I was in first year UST. Papa we. First year they brought their cassette. Oh, me Bakra brought it. I left it in the boot of the car. Cassette. River House Crew. Album title North Crisis. He was the leader, the natural leader of the, And I was expecting, say, he would do something more, but the hot afternoon, I think Radio XYZ. XFM. Hitting the thing, hot power. He was able to get the people, the little rappers as in dancehall artists around him. And they made it. Shatawale and others. No. I'm surprised say, none of them has been able to honor him as a I expect that they will honor him because this is the man who brought proper attention to Ghanaian dancehall. Wait, nobody might say it because maybe nobody followed him at the time. Coming back into the Sarkodie thing, no. Honestly, and rap, no. I didn't think that he would make it with a rap. It was just a matter of time. Boom! The guy was moving. Boom! He was going. I say, hey, Charlie, then we have a lot to learn. Corporate, oh, suit, oh, nice looks, first now, or headphone on him. He wanted to assume a certain identity. Long story cut short, you know, Sarkodie was able to make it. But where I started losing interest in Sarkodie, one, he tweeted sometime, he said, Ubi Yare, and I think the person needed 7,000 or 9,000 or 10,000, whatever it was. And this is not 50 years ago. This is just about 3 years ago. I'm not too certain. And Oba, social media, on Twitter, asking people to donate money to somebody who was in ICU at the time. I don't have the full details, but that's the whole content of the thing. And the comments that I saw, no, they represented me, say, Papa, who now rap say money no be problem, huh? Somebody needs 7,000 ICU. When are